backup.
Negative. Keep the evacuation going.
Copy that.
Affirmative.
The building is starting to shake. We're nearly done with the evacuation.
We went downstairs.
What? Murphy, we got everyone out. Be careful. The building will not hold. You need to get yourself out of there.
Okay, this is it. Let's fuck him up. I've saved all my health packs. This should be it. Let's see what happens.
Going somewhere?
Robo, I don't like what I'm seeing. The building's actually shaking. Get out while you still can.
Yeah, motherfucker! Give me a sub for the win!
Murphy, you need to get out of there. It's about to collapse. The building's evacuated. There's no one else inside. You need to save yourself. can't see him.
I can't see anything. Move closer.
Negative. When the building collapses, the dust cloud will choke the engine.
Oh my god! Murphy!
No! 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 Wait! I see something!
Is that him? Talk to me!
It is meaningless. It has always been me.
Another week passed since the OCP's magnificent giant has fallen. OCP's new CEO assured us that the destruction of its headquarters will not stand in the way of finishing Delta City. Japanese corporation Kanemitsu has already shown interest in OCP's most prominent project. We at Media Break welcome them with open arms. Delta City, yokoso! From the City of Wonders, we're back to Detroit. John Mills goes down in the history of the city as its shortest-serving mayor, excluding premature death. He offered his resignation on his very first day of office. According to a reliable source, Mills expressed, and I quote, "I did not sign up to run this dump." Are the new elections ahead of us, and has the city recovered after the previous ones? Now it's time to introduce a new segment, You the Detroiters, where we share feel-good stories from our local communities. Disgraced Senator Farrell took hostages at the local theater and called for his reinstatement. However, a former vagrant and the theater's newest employee managed to defuse the situation. When asked why he decided to risk his life, Pickles, a European cinema connoisseur, said that it was simply disrespectful to interrupt the screening. Let's just hope Pickles does not influence the theater's movie selection. Finally, we know what is more dangerous than the lack of an ozone layer. Sunblock 5000 model torn to pieces by an ED 209 after not adhering to its instructions. The only witness to the tragedy, Dr. Olivia Blanche, was left delirious after the incident. She stated that mechanical lawman was not to be trusted. We will miss you, Melissa. A defamed reporter funded by terrorists after trying to illegally broadcast a hit piece aimed at OCP. Samantha Ortiz has been spotted collaborating with a terrorist group led by a woman known in the underworld as Bertha. OCP denied.
My name is Robo. I'll kick some ass. I'm going
We're
to kick
sorry
some
for the
ass.
disturbance. Fortunately, this time it was a minor one. Let's move on. A new world record has been set in Detroit. A man called Funeral Bob attended his 1000th funeral this year. The record-breaking funeral belonged to Max Becker, a former OCP executive. As it turned out, Bob was its only attendee. The OCP delegation did not arrive due to a rescheduled business meeting. We hope the meeting went well. Moving on. The owner of a local restaurant, Onion Baji, in
My
cahoots
name
with
is
a ring
Robo.
of
I'll kick
Sudanese.
your ass.
The restaurant was
I'm going
proved to
to kick
source the
yours.
ingredients through crime. The arrest was made by a rookie neighborhood cop, Ulysses Washington, and according to his statement, it wasn't the first animal he had saved. One question still remains unanswered. What happens to Robocop's human status? We've been informed that due to Mayor Mills's resignation, the matter will not be pursued by his office. Robocop's efforts have prompted a public conversation.
I hope OCP doesn't take him off the street. Who will protect us then?
Ah! It's Robocop! Robo, I love you!
Cassier, Reaper, Skeleton, Speaker, Pure Pandemonium.
To many more years on the force, Robocop. It's been a busy time for Detroit, but the cloud that lowers over the city is lifting as police end their strike. "We're ready to serve," said Officer Ann Lewis, who returned to duty despite her recent injury. What heroism. Detroit can sleep soundly tonight. The question is, for how long? That's all for today. This was Casey Wong. Until next time.
Well, apart from the glitchy controls, they weren't all bad. And it's got a hell of a tune. It's fairly faithful to the original. Might have to get the Terminator Resistance game. If it's anything like this, made by the same people, it should be good fun. But the good news is, tomorrow, the Oblivion remake's coming out, so I'll be playing some of that on my Xbox, and I'll be streaming it. So if you like your Oblivion, your old school, your gaming, make sure you're subbed. He'll kick your ass. He's going to kick some ass. His name is Robo. He'll kick your ass. He's going to kick some ass.